Hi everyone, Greg here from WapCar today, and even though we're here to drive the all-new Lexus RX, I want to start off today's video with two words: Grand Seiko. Why? Because if you're into watches and cars, you'll know that Lexus is like a Grand Seiko. They're both Japanese, they both stand for exceptional quality and craftsmanship, but sadly, some people still see it as just a Seiko or just a Toyota. And man, are we gonna prove those people so wrong today. Let's get to it. So let's begin with the styling, and with this new design direction, I really like the rear. Yeah, the rear, and I think it's a lot more muscular looking compared to the outgoing model, especially in the rear 3/4 angle. This is arguably perhaps my favorite angle. Now, if you view the car from the back head on, it looks so much more squat and hunkered down thanks to the wider tracks. So yeah, it's a really good looking car from the rear. The Lexus script, I'm not sure if I'll get used to that. I personally prefer the simpler logo, but the full width taillight, that I like very much. What else? So we've got a bit of a floating roof design going on. The wheels. So on the RX 350 Luxury, which is the only spec we're getting as of today, as of now, as I've been told, they come in 21-inch. So we've got 21-inch units with a hyperchrome metallic finish. And now we come to the front of the car and the Spindle body. Yes, body, not grille. First impressions of the Spindle body with this new design direction. So Lexus has chosen to integrate the grille into the body, hence Spindle body. Alright, first impressions. I like it. I think it gives a very fresh, clean, modern look, but the bulge where the body meets the grille, I'm not a big fan of it. It gives me very strong flower horn vibes. I don't know about you. If only there was a way to sort of merge this look and get rid of the bulge. I don't know, maybe in the future, who knows, yeah? Anyway, moving on, the headlights, quite familiar. So we've got this thick-shaped LED DRLs and LED headlights. They look quite familiar, just a bit slimmer and a tad more modern and aggressive. Overall, it's still very RX-y, so I would sum up the whole thing as a bit more evolutionary rather than revolutionary. Alright, now let's go check out the inside. Moving to the interior, we've got the Tazuna cockpit concept, and the word of the day is minimalist. So the interior has been designed in such a way that you need the least amount of head and eye movement to process all the information coming from the digital instrument cluster and the 14-inch touchscreen head unit. So okay, first off, we've got the wheel. Wheel feels really good in hands. It's a nice, just the right amount of thickness. Pedal shifters, a little bit plasticky, but that's that. And the controls on the spokes. So these multi-purpose controls, they're multi-purpose in the sense that you can be controlling a myriad of options, such as the cruise control or the audios, depending on what you have zeroed in on. Now, as for the screen itself, it's really good. The refresh rate is smooth, there's no detectable lag whatsoever. But what I really like are these rotary knobs we have here for the climate control. You can adjust the temperature. So to me, this strikes a really nice balance between the analog knobs and the full-blown touchscreen affair that we have these days. And there's also a 360-degree camera, which is, you know, it's nice, it's good. Resolution is pretty sharp, no complaints right there. Like most modern cars, everything is pretty much customizable from the screen itself. And we've got Apple CarPlay, which is wireless, and a wireless charger, which makes sense, but for Android Auto, that's still wired. So there you go. All in all, it's not bad. All in all, I like it. I'm just very relieved that we've moved on from the remote touch interface. So all in all, overall architecture, it's very clean, it's very simple, it's very minimalist. I like it. I really like it. And what I like even more are the seats. They're very comfortable. So Lexus claims that a concave shape is cut into the seat sides to offer more support around the waist area, which sounds like a bunch of marketing jargon. But you really can feel it. I feel like there's a lot more support around my lower back area, which is good. And I guess that's about it. That's about it for interior. So let's go check out the rear. But before we do, getting out of the vehicle is a bit different from what most people are used to, because we have a digital latch system whereby you just push this little knob here, or this toggle, this handle, you just push it and the door opens and you leave. But if there's a vehicle closing in on you, it won't open. The system will detect it and it won't open because, you know, safety. Okay, at the back, so Lexus claims that the couple distance has been increased by 10mm and that the floor is lower compared to the outgoing model and blah 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 blah. But real question is, does it feel like it? Long story short, yes it does, because the front seat has been adjusted to my driving position and I'm 184 centimeters tall, so check this out. Legroom, plenty. Headroom, pretty good. And I must also say that the seat base is actually long. So I've got long legs, long thighs, so this offers a lot of under thigh support, which I really appreciate and I find lacking in a lot of cars. What else? If you happen to be on a long journey back to your kampung, you know, you can recline the seats. See? So all in all, yeah, I don't think there's going to be any issue with comfort whatsoever. What about features? We have a climate zone for the rear passengers, but you can't adjust the fan speed. You can only adjust the temperature. All right. We've also got heated and ventilated seats, and then there's also USB-C ports. We've got 2 USB-C ports for the rear passengers. So all in all, yeah, not bad. Now let's go check out the boot. So yeah, the boot. As you can see, we've got a powered tailgate with a kick sensor, and that opens up to a compartment that's 50mm longer with a load height of 30mm lower compared to the outgoing model. So total volume in here is 612 litres, and with the rear seats up, and you can fold the rear seats down electronically as well. Alright, now as for matters under the skin, so the new RX sits on the GAK platform, and that combined with aluminium front fenders plus B-pillars made out of 2 gigapascal hot stamped steel equals to a 90 kilo weight reduction over the outgoing model. Now as for the engine itself, the powertrain, so the RX 350 Luxury uses a 2.4 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, putting out 279 horsepower and 430 Newton meters of torque. All that is mated to an 8-speed auto with drive going to all 4 wheels. Okay, enough talk, let's go see how it drives. Okay, so driving the RX, well, obviously comfort and luxury is the priority, so let's dive right into that. Suspension-wise, up front we've got McPherson struts, and at the rear we've got multi-links, plus adaptive variable suspension. What that all means, when translated to simple English, is essentially stellar ride comfort. Rough surfaces, they're ironed out very nicely, and as far as handling goes, considering that this is a full-size luxury SUV, is very good indeed. I mean, when you throw it into a corner a little bit harder than you would in a car like this, body roll is surprisingly minimal. It corners quite flat. It's also very quiet, as expected. There's very minimal road and wind noise. There's also active noise control, which basically pipes in counter frequencies through the speakers to help cancel out noise. What's not so luxurious, I would say, if I'm being honest, are the brakes. There's stopping power, there's plenty of it, more than enough, but it's a bit jumpy and a bit tough to modulate, so you might send your occupants rocking back and forth a little bit. As for power, we've got more than enough, 0 to 100 in a claimed 7.6 seconds, so that's plenty fast for the target audience if you ask me. Personally, I would prefer a little bit more poke, you know, just to really show it to the competition. But hey, it is what it is. What else? Okay, I do have one complaint. You know, the drive modes, you got Eco, Normal, Sport, the lot. They're only accessible via the touchscreen, so it's a little bit tricky to get to when you're on the move, not to mention a little bit unsafe. So as for safety, we've got the Lexus Safety System Plus suite, which includes your usual array of active features like adaptive cruise control, pre-collision system, lane departure alert system, all that jazz. Now, the thing I have to say is that using the adaptive cruise control when you're playing around and trying to mess around with the settings, because of those multi-purpose toggles on the spokes of the wheel, it might take a bit of getting used to. But otherwise, everything else works as advertised. So that's it for our first quick impressions of the all-new Lexus RX 350 Luxury. Alright, it's not the most sportiest or driver-focused SUV, but that's not the point of the RX. That's not why RX buyers buy the RX. Alright, the new RX does whatever the old RX does, only better. And that is to be a comfortable, well-built, practical, safe, refined, luxury SUV for the well-heeled. And well-heeled you have to be, because the RX 350 Luxury is priced from 468,888 ringgit, and it comes with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty. And now for the million-dollar question. Would I have it over the competition? Yes. Yes, I would. Because if I were in the market for a full-size luxury SUV, then the RX has whatever I'm looking for in spades. It's quiet, it's refined, it's comfortable. What more do you want? Right? So yeah, I would have it over the competition. And on that note, I think it's time we call it a day because it is hot. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Drive safe, everybody.